on you for you, then you couldn't pause it because unless you have a supporter reroll.
Rather pause it. This is like going to the hospital.
Right?
Right.
It might even keep you off the hospital.
Yeah.
Also, I can't shadow walk for one more day.
That's okay. It's all right. We'll just do the whole thing all over again. It's all right.
He was great as long as he was continuing to fly. So if you can figure out a way to do that, you'll be fine. It's just the taking off, landing, doing things. That's the tricky bits. So you guys want Trump to where? Or do you want to stay around here for 3 hours, see if death claws show up to eat you? I don't know. It's whatever you want.
What I'm thinking is on our way back.
It's only a half dozen.
If one of you could, what was I saying? Okay, if we're doing this all over again,
except we're going to shadow walk to the bodies that we were at.
I need to be close to the ground to do that.
Okay.
Super
duper.
Yeah. So we'll need to fly. Well, I was thinking of flying shadow walk into here and then flying. Or
if we shadow walk to here, there may be death claws waiting for us.
There might be death claws over there too.
I know.
So where do you want to shadow walk back to? Either way, we need to wait a day before I can do this again.
I figure edge of the desert and make a luck roll. Because we know there are death claws. We don't know how smart or how good their hearing is or their direction sense.
It's got to be somewhere he's familiar with.
Oh, it's got to be familiar. Okay.
No,
I thought he was telling me he had that bend there.
Yeah, sorry, he's been. Yeah, I just mean that.
And you'll be flying, and you'll have already made your fly rolls, so we can go faster than the death claws in that thing.
Assuming I make the fly roll.
And of course, concentrating on shifting shadow while flying, I'm sure that won't be more complicated at all.
Okay, right. Okay.
Are either of you going to demolitions?
No.
Moderate hobbyist.
Because I was thinking if we could just get some dynamite and just drop it out the car into them.
Yeah.
That'll make a mess, but I think it'll just piss them off.
I want to kill them, so they don't bother us.
You're going to need a lot of dynamite. Or a frag grenade. We're going to need grenades.
Grenades would be a treat.
Yeah,
something that's made to cause damage. Dynamite is just kind of like...
Yeah, that way you don't need to worry about the demolitions.
Toast their skin. And that's just throw.
Can you throw?
Yeah.
We can get grenades from Guri.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll need to exert your will to activate them, but... Just don't throw them before you activate it.
It shows him one hit.
Okay, so...
Well, now you've got a better idea of what you're facing.
Let's cover everything up. The goo, is there goo on the ground that we can goo the bags with, at the very least?
Yeah, you...
Because we're all radiated right now.
Yeah, you are.
And
well, to be fair, you didn't spend that much time
so
there.
We're probably not deadly yet, but...
No. You're not glowing in the dark just yet.
No.
Also, just to be sure, I'm going to cast Cure Poison Disease on myself. Just to be safe.
Bumbo. Cool. You feel safe.
The reason I bring this up is because, Freddie, you were worried about contaminating things.
Here comes the fumble card. Card. He carefully scatters around all of his shit around him and then picks it all back up, looking really annoyed.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You're right. I just want to make sure. Oh, can you use the Geiger counter to make sure there's no more radiation?
Yeah, I can use the Geiger counter and see how irradiated we are. How irradiated are we, Logan?
It looks like you've had a fuck ton of X-rays, but it's
Quarter?
Pardon?
Quarter way up the dial.
Nah,
Halfway
well,
up the dial.
it's kind of bouncing around. Does Rock actually know anything about radiation? Oh, give me a give me a medicine roll. I'll let it fall under medicine. How much
About
radiation is bad for me? He says, looking at the Geiger thing.
Success somehow.
Weird.
That was a learn.
You think you're gonna be okay. Especially if you're taking that Rad X shit, because I believe you guys all did. So you're thinking you're okay, and you're not gonna like irradiate everything else. But
yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have spent a half hour here or so.
You have to
track of the time.
For radiation to spread, you have to irradiate something, stick it around somewhere. Then that thing is fucking deadly. But then it has to irradiate other things, which takes time.
Oh yeah, everything takes time. Yeah.
Not like seconds. It's not going to irradiate in seconds. You have to leave it with it for a day or something, you know?
What are you guys going to do? I know how radiation works already, so what are you guys going to do? I've had courses in this in the military because we're constantly worried about getting nuked for reasons. Yep. Probably the Cold War. Yeah. So what are you guys going to do?
So we'll go to Guri. We'll go immediately to a vat. We'll scrub our stuff down.
Well, let's break this down a bit because you don't have instantaneous teleport. So who's doing the trump card?
I am.
Right. Roll that shit.
I'm going to the embassy, and then from the embassy.
The embassy one is still at full to get to the embassy.
Cleanse over to Guri from there.
Very good.
Look, well, please.
Give me another double aught. I want to suck up. How many hero points are you down to, Freddie?
I'm down to 15.
Well, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, everybody has less sympathy for you now. Sorry. Anyway, okay, so you guys get over to the embassy, and people look. You're in the private quarters and stuff. There's a couple of guards in there, the rhino-headed guys, and you are Joshua McKay, one of them says, and everyone nods like, good work.
All right, let's get out of here as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are lugging all of your gear. Actually, several of the guards help you guys carry your gear, which is nice of them. And you guys hustle over to the Clems. You got a couple hours before it closes, and they crank open the doors, and you guys get in there, and all the gear is sitting in your laps, and should just barely get under the thing. Fortunately, the R2 don't have like big desert survival kits and stuff, being that they don't expect to survive. So then you Clems over to Guri, and where do you want to go in Guri?
The ship.
All right. You go back to the spaceship. Motherfucker. Somebody has painted some shit on it. Not a lot, just a bit.
That's where the vat is. We use the vats immediately to cleanse stuff.
Okay.
As fast as we can.
It takes a couple hours. It is a slow, painful, tedious, irritating process.
Fine, we'll spend the night.
Done. I check with the Geiger counter, see what the base reading is.
It's all good now. This shit actually works. Mark off one of your vats that was in the ship.
It's a one-time use?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
One person's worth of gear per vat per day.
Right. So now we need to buy more vats.
Right. You want to go out at night or sleep and start fresh?
Let's take a nap and see if we can get over the damage we took.
No problem. Go ahead and give me your willpower rolls. If you are trying to heal, Freddie, if you like the pain, then you don't have to make yours because you may accidentally regenerate your hand, and that'll be extra fun.
Oh, no, you told me.
All radiation damage is gone.
Oh, I told you had to do it? Okay, then go ahead, Freddie, and try not to.
You told me it was optional. Okay.
Yep.
He's got his hand back again and begins to panic.
Residual self-image is optional. That's what you told me.
I never said residual self-image is optional,
did
did
I?
I?
You don't want to reset. You don't have to.
I don't remember saying that at all.
That.
I think you're.
I did.
I think you're lying to me.
No, because I asked you, I want to heal.
Okay.
Will I reset? You said only if you want to reset.
That doesn't sound right. Let me look because looking at my rules here.
I'm just telling you what you told me.
I may have been crazy at the time.
Maybe you. Maybe I don't know.
Yes. Hold on a second. I think it's time to get your hand chopped off again. Is what I'm thinking. Well, I think I said that you don't have to roll to heal.
No, I wanted to roll to heal. Then, I asked, do I have to reset if I...
Yeah, that's part of the pain of it.
And you're back.
Welcome back. Hey, good news, though. Oh, let's see. Since Freddy's freaked out, the other two guys give me shadow lore rolls. Freddy can try it half if he wants, but he is freaked out because his hand is there and it's trying to kill him. He's pretty sure of that. But you guys also know that...
Crit, 0.
You're thinking that Freddy might be able to actually live with his hand if people from Amber aren't able to get in due to the weird skull thing. That could be a possible upside, okay?
Yeah, no, not happening.
Blah.
Chop it off. Chop it off.
All right, I pull out my sword.
All right.
Oh, get some proper instruments.
You're at a plus 30 to hit, but a minus 30 for a called shot, so you're at full skill. And all you got to do is inflict 4 or more points of damage, and that hand will pop right off. What?
I go get some alcohol.
Yeah, I was wondering if you're going to prep maybe bone saw,
No.
The stuff you need to take off a hand. I thought you probably had this stuff already because,
So when you say I'm going to go get some alcohol, I don't think there's any in the ship, is there?
Do the replicators not make drinks?
Not alcoholic ones. You can get, basically they make some sort of brown liquid.
So they're not replicators.
Not exactly. They're more of like goo dispensers.
They're fabricators. Yeah,
right.
Okay.
All right, clutch my anal refresher in one hand.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, you're at full skill, but you need to inflict at least 4 points of damage all at once. More is funnier.
Yep. Here we go. You ready for this?
No.
At half.
Oh, he manages to hit, which is great, and he hits right where he wants, right on that wrist.
4.
And for a perfect amount of damage. Freddy screams and sinks to his knees with blood gouting out.
Bandages, please.
It's at this point he realizes that nobody has any bandages. You guys watch him slowly bleed to death in the spaceship as it literally is painting the spaceship interior with blood, just spraying everywhere. He continues screaming and thrashing around.
Do you have my first aid kit, Joshua?
No.
He says completely casually.
I put a slap pack on it.
All right.
What does that do?
I don't know if it'll help, but I do put a slap pack on it. Joshua, trump out and get some first aid stuff. We need to tourniquet that shit.
Give me a first aid roll there, Russ. You're using a slap pack. Your results are a little different than regular first aid, but go ahead and give me a first aid roll. If you fumble, you will put it over his nose and mouth and try to choke him out with it, like a pillow in the old person's home.
First aid at half.
Oh yeah, it just perfect. He stops thrashing so much, but blood drips down the walls.
I do have a first aid kit. Didn't realize it did that much, but what's that heal him? B3?
Yeah, that sounds right. You see McKay is smiling faintly at your pain and stuff. There's a hand laying on the floor as well. Now, I will give everybody a card if you leave all this bullshit in the ship for them to come and find.
No, I was about to clean it up.
Ah, God.
Does anybody still know the Hand of Glory spell? Because we got an unlimited source of hands here.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you do. All right. So, yeah, once again, Freddy is yeah. All right.
1 hit point down.
Yeah. You couldn't ask for better, Freddy.
Yep.
Okay. So, you guys then go where?
We're in the ship.
I clean the stuff up.
Damn you. What are you going to do with your hand?
We need to buy some more of this anti-radiation goo because we're going to need more than this. We only have 1 vat left.
Yeah. My hand, is there a trash bin somewhere?
Sure.
Sure.
It's brand new. It's never been used before. And the first thing that you toss into the ship trash bin is a fucking severed hand.
Right.
Which is going to start to smell.
He says as soon as you toss it in, you look at it, look at him.
All right, I'll throw it in the general trash bin outside.
You're trying to reach in to get it, but it's just the opening's a little. You can't quite.
I'll tip it over and open it.
It's built into the wall, but how are you supposed to empty this?
Is there a button to press to open it?
Yeah, it's in a little bag. Cool.
All right, put that someplace where it's not going to rot and attract attention.
Where would that be, Freddy?
I can burn it.
Yes!
Shows
Freddy
the spaceship on fire in the background. You guys are like, I didn't think a metal would burn like that. It did. Fine. Spaceship fuel, huh? Yeah. Just enough to light the whole thing on.
Oh, I know. We can use this to throw at the death claws to get them to chase instead of us.
Okay.
You could
that won't work, but that'll definitely get rid of it.
You could put a hand grenade in your hand and drop it.
Oh. All right, here you are.
Literally be a hand grenade.
Here you are. You have my hand.
Get some bit of gaffer tape. Gaffer tape a hand grenade into the hand.
All right, so let's get this clear this time.
Or tries to catch it in his mouth.
Right.
Let's get this clear this time. We want grenades for the death claws, right?
Yeah.
We want a lot of grenades.
That'll be extra special when Freddy crashes. It just shows that one of the pins come out, and you're like, "Which one is it?" Because playing with explosives is fun when you don't know what you're doing. That's when it makes it extra special. So let me look up in Guri to see if they sell hand grenades here, and if so, how much. Weapons.
Plasma grenades.
Let's see. They got pistols, rifles, shotguns, machine guns, RPGs, swords, knives, bows, grenades. There it is. Yeah, you can buy hand grenades here, including the tax. It's 440 creds per hand grenade. A very reasonable price.
Do we know the damage on those or no?
No.
They're tactical nukes. We blow up the whole desert.
They don't look nearly that cool.
What are they meant?
That would be hilarious, though.
What's their grade? Is it
right? We get anti-personnel grenades.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes. Okay.
440 each. How many would you like to buy?
That's up to you, Pete. You got the money. Each one can probably take out a fire team. That's 4 people.
Yeah, there's a death claws we're talking about.
They're all clustered up. That's why I said we need a lot of them.
Yeah.
5 grenades I can afford. Maybe a bit more.
I love, we need a shitload of grenades. We get 5. What? 5.
I give up.
You're all doomed.
Well, we can get more money.
Just the prep work for
I
this mission is an entire
I can
mission.
go.
I know this is hilarious. We've been going 4 hours on this son of a bitch,
I can go and get my
including an
money.
hour briefing each other.
Chickens are 400 credit a piece, so we go get 10 chickens each, bring them through.
We get 10 hens.
You know, the good news, Russ, is that if you guys don't get it done today, then you got it for tomorrow as well. It's like leftover food, right?
Good luck flying the car as well.
Right.
No, that's not happening.
What?
Who am I flying with tomorrow?
I'm not sure. Let me look.
Ralph
That's well.
and Vince, I think.
Yeah, Ralph and Vince. That sounds correct.
Yeah, okay. We're not doing this because no flying car.
Just because they're relatively new characters doesn't mean that you can't cause them to learn to fly a car and drop grenades into some of the more dangerous creatures in the campaign and hope that they hit. But, I mean, you do have 5 grenades.
We go and get 10. We go and get 10 chickens each, hens. We do what we did last time. Have feet tied, hang them upside down so they don't frosh about. Bring them through clam in bags. Bring them through clams. Sell them off.
Okay. So, right, you guys now have, minus the tax, roughly, 25 grenades or some shit? Oh, give me a bargain roll, who's doing the bargaining. It may be substantially less.
Unless one of you guys really want to do it.
I'll support you, but you do it.
Particularly, I can support, but I already got my check.
Hang on a second. So it'll be 11.
Plus 10.
10, 8.
And how much?
How do you get a? Oh yeah, I see. That'd be another potentially good title for this mod is Chickens for Grenades.
Yes.
How much are the chickens, by the way, in Sherma?
It's too long, but which came first, the chicken or the grenade?
We get the chickens from
from the embassy. Okay.
Yeah, from the embassy? Panic sets in.
That's where I got them from last time.
Yeah, but there's more people now.
Oh, I see.
As more people.
In addition to the ones you guys keep dropping off, more have been being born and stuff.
There was over 1,000 people there the last time. I got 30 chickens.
Yeah. You can give me a luck roll. Lower is better for number of chickens that they have available.
They just went and bought them for me.
Oh, yes, money. They remember money. God.
Fine, we'll get them Sherma then.
All right.
Well, how much did it cost in Biskin?
Let's arbitrage some gold.
In Beeskin, they're pretty cheap, actually. I think they're like $1 each or something. So 20 for a gold piece in there. So yeah, mark off some money, and then you get the chickens and chicken wrangling and bargaining is what we're after now, Pete. It all comes down to this. You've got all these.
That makes the roll with the plus 10.
Thank God. I was going to fuck with you more. All right. So each of you guys brought through like 10 chickens. So you've got, call it 25 hand grenades. So it just shows you guys holding out the chickens and the guy with the box of grenades. And you're like, oh, I hope these actually work. And he goes, of course, Effendi, they will work. And you're like, I don't know if I believe him. But they're all hens this time, because you guys aren't trying to lay by else up chicken thing. But yeah.
Okay, because we've never used Gary grenades before, I asked them how they're activated, what the fuse time is, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure. It's about a 5-second fuse. You have to pull out this. Basically, it's like a pin, but it's a two-handed thing. It's really hard to get out the pin on purpose. Good. Hopefully, this will keep them from just popping out, although they are known to do that occasionally. When somebody really bashes around the crate, through like bad flying or something, then those pins will just pop out.
What's the explosion radius, or is it just standard?
A couple meters for a killing radius.
Yeah.
So not huge. They're pretty much like they're small anti-personnel grenades.
Yep.
Hopefully
probably take about 5 of those to keep a Deathclaw from chasing you.
Yeah.
Probably won't kill him though.
No.
Okay.
It will irritate them.
All right, so we got our hand grenades.
It'll definitely irritate them.
Did we get the vats as well?
We need the vats too, yeah. We need at least 2 more vats of goo, 1 for the car and 1 for the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Russ, make a note that these particular grenades, now I'm not doing radiuses, but I'll just tell you if you can hit 2 or 3 or whatever, but these particular grenades will do 2d10. Nice anti-personnel grenades.
Yeah, that's 11 points on average. That's your usual Joe.
Yeah, and if he ain't dead, he ain't happy.
That's before it'll get reduced, probably a couple of 1 or 2 things because of their thick hides.
Mm-hmm. We don't even know if AP grenades will work on these things. We may be armor-piercing rounds or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, they'll just have some sort of damage.
The guy you're buying the grenades from says, if you need something very killed, we do sell heavy machine guns mounted. We can even mount them for you if need be. Mm-hmm.
I can do them out of machine gun, guys.
There's a long pause as everybody sighs.
Don't know if I can afford one of those.
How much are they worth?
He shows you the laser machine gun type thing, and he says, for good friends like you, only 10,000 credits. We will even mount it for you. Plus, of course, the tax. There's always the tax. The taxes.
Yep. I don't think we can afford it, but I can do it if you want to get one.
It could be his moment to shine.
What I'd rather think we should do is get the pistol I have, Code of Gothic, find someone to fix it, and one of you can shoot at them.
With a pistol.
It's something.
A pistol?
No, the Magitech pistols.
Right.
That does a lot less damage than the machine gun. It's a
the laser machine guns, if we're thinking of fighting these things, and we're probably not going to be fighting these things.
Yeah, okay.
If we are, we're all going to be taking the death penalty, it sounds like.
All right. Yeah, I think what we have is...
All right, so how man-portable are these machine guns?
Not at all, he says. He shows you something that essentially Russ will end up, like, because you, unless you get a special flying car that costs more and has, like, a place to mount it, if you had something like before, just imagine attaching it to the door, and then Russ is kind of hanging halfway out of the car going,
Well, that's pretty much what I'm just trying to work out, because we're not going to be able to get the car to Guri.
That's right.
Yeah. There's no point.
There's no way we could get the car to Guri to mount it.
Yeah,
so
we got to mount it. And
this is not a problem, says the salesman. I have a new solution for you. We will give you a disassembled one. You assemble it yourself, mount it yourself. Same low price.
Mm-hmm. We do not have that skill. Thank you very much, though, sir.
Shit, he says.
So how do they get mounted?
They use like heavy equipment and like mount it, and hopefully it wouldn't tear off the door. It may be heavy enough to do that. You're not sure, but if you hear Russ scream and is falling out of the vehicle, then chances are it tore off the door from the weight.
Probably they have to weld on a hard point and then use big fucking bolts through the plate
Take card, Russ. This sounds correct.
All right, so I'm just trying to work out. I'm assuming that the Tri-Kingdoms cars, you wouldn't be able to get one with a hard point, just due to the nature of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it you might get somebody to modify the vehicle for extra cost and stuff. Which, since you're using counterfeit money, you give a fuck about anyway. Extra cost.
No, I'm just more thinking about time and us then being able to attach the gun.
Yeah. I'd have NPCs make the roll for doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you wouldn't know that they'd fucked up until Russ actually fired it, and then if it drops away, right? If it drops away, then the car suddenly loses a lot of weight and begins to flip and spiral through the air like a football. Then you will know that they have not done it correctly.
Logan, with the recoil, I'd probably have a gun sticking out of my chest. That could be a cyborg finally.
Ooh! At last, your dream of cyborghood is coming true.
Yes.
So, what about like a tripod, bipod, whatever machine gun?
Same problem. In order to really be able, if you were to set down the car somewhere and then Russ was to go and set it up, then fire from there. Maybe otherwise, a hard point is what you need, because if you could fire without the bipod tripod, then it wouldn't be a bipod tripod.
Yeah, no. All I mean is that if it's a swivel mount, we get the bipod or the tripod, we take it with us to Guri, and we get them to attach that to the vehicle where we tell them to.
They'd still have to put on a hard point. Otherwise, you'd have it on like the hood.
What I mean is we could take the actual tripod with us to Guri to get them to attach that to the vehicle.
Possible.
And then we got the gun and we just put it on.
Possible.
It'll be easier than trying to do
it'd be like a mechanical repair type deal at that point.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Which I wouldn't have Russ actually roll, or whoever actually roll, until he tried firing it, because extra fun.
Yes. But I'm assuming that it's something we could potentially do as a poke, because I don't like the gear for attaching the mounted gun is not something we could take with us to assemble, get them to attach to a vehicle.
I see what you mean. You could take part of the gear, and then they could make something that hopefully will work to stick it onto.
What do you reckon, Jacob?
Fuck it. No. Fuck the machine gun. I was like, fuck the machine gun 10 minutes ago. So
you have to.
I was just trying to work.
I was just letting you go, man.
I was just trying to work out if there was a way of getting it done so that you would be able to use it.
Not to mention you need to exert your will every time you shoot.
Exactly.
I'm now imagining it mounted on the hood of the car, partially obscuring Freddy's view, with Jacob or Russ Munster standing on the outside of the car on the hood, clutching onto it desperately and firing.
And then having it fall off because we mounted it wrong. Chomp, 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 chomp.
That'd be so fucking badass.
Another thing I was thinking about is, because you guys were so good at figuring out how quick they move, we might not need to fly, because the car runs faster than they do, or moves faster than they do.
Yes, it will.
Well,
that's what I was saying. We so long as you make your fly rolls.
We don't need to fly.
With a caveat here, because when you're flying, you remember all those boulders and shit?
Yeah.
On the ground, it's a lot of like, oh, I can't go as fast as I want to because all this shit's everywhere. And look, the ground's uneven. Oh, it's dusty and dirty. And your drive rolls would be at big penalties. Even if you wanted to go straight, you might have to curve back toward them in order to avoid like some rocks and shit.
But that means they're also slower.
No, they're just hopping over shit. You know that they can actually leap.
I'm sorry, I assumed we'd be airborne. Are we flying close to the ground for some reason?
Yes,
no. We're just working out option.
Okay.
What about
oh yeah, these things can jump.
What about things like vehicle landmines or tripwire stuff?
Then you're moving into the how good is your demolitions skill.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm just before we leave Guri and get the vehicle and get to there, I'm just putting a couple of options out there of, for example, we know they're chasing it. We know they chase us, so we can, if we get in,
you could totally lure them into a trap. Totally.
Yeah, set up some traps, depending on how comfortable you two are with your demolitions.
And I do not understand why we're talking about killing the Death Plus. Why are we trying to kill the Death Plus?
Well, why do we get grenades for?
To slow them down in case we get into trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were getting them to try and kill them.
Oh no, these aren't going to kill them.
I mean, they might. We don't know.
How's this going to slow them down?
Well, it might.
It might also kill them.
No take back, says the guy with the chickens.
All right, so
it's better than having nothing to slow them down with, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was thinking that, you know, if you're wanting grenades and stuff, why don't we?
Oh, everybody take a card for not going in on foot and seeing if total party wipeout was a thing, because that was one of the possibilities. And yes, I think it would have been, because 6 is one of the smaller groups. Everybody's played Fallout's like, yeah, these things suck ass.
Yeah, and I played on hard as well, so it sucked.
Yeah. That's like whip out your minigun and go after them for about 5 minutes with the minigun.
Yeah, even then you may not fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of good chances of death there, even with the minigun.
Powered armor, lots of stim packs.
Yep.
No, I did the whole run unarmed, so.
Ooh.
Nice. Were you using a death claw gauntlet?
We were using whatever gauntlets there were. I don't remember which one.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I don't remember. So anyway. Yeah. So.
I'm not sure how much playtime you guys have left. So.
Yeah, get the grenades. We'll
You've already got the grenades.
Yeah, well,
the guy is moving off with his fucking 30 chickens because he doesn't want you guys to try to get him back.
Get the vats as well. And
how many vats would you like? How many do you actually have money for? Because Pete spent all his money on this.
That's fine. I'll spend some of the money he gave me.
That he gave you. That's great.
Yeah.
Each vat is 110.
Yeah, each vat's 110. So three more.
You can fit one in the trunk of the car.
We'll put one in the trunk, 2 in the ship.
Great.
Cool. So there's 4 left in the ship.
4 total.
Yeah,
3 left in the ship. We used 2 vats on our equipment, I believe. Is that right, Logan, or we used 1 vat?
Just the one. So you got an extra vat.
Yeah, okay.
We got 1 extra vat because we took the other one in the car and we crashed.
Yeah, one went splosh.
So that's 3 vats in the ship, 1 vat in the car.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go buy the car then. I suggest, Rock, you do the buying this time, just so there's no suspicion why is McKay buying another car when he just bought one the other day.
Do you have enough counterfeit money left? I don't know how much is in there.
We have more than we can know what to do with.
Cool. You guys go back and only have Russ go in. How much money do you want to give Puddlefoot?
We'll give him 20.
No, he's happy to fucking see you guys, and he keeps his fucking mouth shut. He figures you guys are doing a lot of super illegal shit. So, Russ, give me your bargain roll, Russ, as you're the only one there buying a new car. Okay. You got another fucking car.
Cool.
5,000.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming somebody's taking off the blood note.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
I'll
was
take it.
7,000 last time because we failed our bargain. It's 5,000 when you make your bargain, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So whoever's
Well,
marking up the blood notes, please do.
I was actually spending my own money, which was not the counterfeit money previously.
Yeah, just do yours. That's fine.
Yeah, as in, I'm not spending counterfeit money.
Is Russ
Oh,
spending
you're not.
counterfeit money?
Do you want to spend counterfeit money?
Not
As
really,
in,
no.
I had gotten some money. We'd done some stuff with the counterfeit money, and so we basically washed some money. So my money's not actually counterfeit.
Okay, use his then. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, this has been fun, guys, but I'm not going to have playtime to actually do this at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's always tomorrow.
Yeah. And tomorrow I'm probably not going to do this at all because no air car skills. But we're not going to finish this up in 25 minutes. No chance in hell.
Depends on what we find.
I have severe doubts knowing what you will find that you will finish this up in 25 minutes.
No. So let's just drop the plan. I won't buy a car.
I was going to say you could buy a car and then have it stored somewhere so that you're ready to rock.
No, that'll work.
Yeah.
So mark off more of Pete's money then if you're using non-counterfeit money.
Oh, I don't want to be using counterfeit money, no.
Cool. Yeah, definitely keep counterfeit money away from Freddie. He pretty much tells people it's counterfeit.
That's why I wasn't doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so mark off the money. You get the car. Where do you want to take the car to, and how are you going to get it there? Because if nothing else, you can have the car ready with all the gear loaded in for whatever unfortunate bastards get stuck going to do this, which probably be
So
Freddie
you have
and
car, EVA suit, desert kit for free.
Well, hold on a second. Let's go back to the car. The car is currently in Bleakmere. How are you going to get it to somewhere else?
Where
Do we have a lockup storage in Shermer?
Then
it's
can't we store it in Bleakmere somewhere?
Can we? I don't know.
No.
I don't know where you guys have caches. I don't have any cache areas.
Shermer would be no good because I'm assuming it doesn't look like anything in the year 2000.
Okay, let's.
I just.
Okay, let's
have no
not buy
idea.
the car then.
You know,
Okay.
We have no way to put it. Yeah.
Okay, you leave the car buying for a future time of happiness and
But
fun.
we can put all the grenades and vaccines and everything in the ship. So we have access to them.
Please make a note of it in the ship inventory.
Will do.
Okay, so 25 grenades, 3 vac suits, 4.
Wait. Hold
Okay,
on.
I'll slow down. Sorry.
It's become like a huge fucking planning thing, which is understandable. It's not an easy mission.
No, it's not.
Put it all in there.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
Easier for you to type.
Okay, so 4 big vats of anti-radiation goo, 3 radiation suits.
And everybody make sure that they don't have it stored on their personal shit so it doesn't duplicate, please.
Mm-hmm. I'm making notes that's been left on the ship in my notes.
Rockin'.
Okay, 1 Geiger counter.
I could just see Scott finding this and going, the fuck were they planning for? If you wanted to be really slick, you could leave the blood notes in there to buy the car, like 7,000 blood notes, just in case somebody gets ready to fail a thing on, or the bargain roll or something.
Oh, okay, I don't have to put a location.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just generally.
25. How do we? I'm gonna put gory 2d10 grenades.
Sure, that's fine.
Perfect. Well, I'd write 2d10 DMG because otherwise it may mean something different.
Sure.
Cool. Well, because we have no idea who's going to be the people that are actually stuck with this pig of a quest. Although I'm pretty sure Freddy will be one of the people, which should give you all some
anybody else would
joy.
tackle it.
Right.
Well, I'm looking at the schedule. We might need to wait a couple of weeks for when it's me, Pete, and Chris.
I know
Because I
Pete would
don't
love
see-
nothing better than to do this. And nothing would bring him more joy than to do this. What date were you looking at?
1 second, let me just find it. It was near the end of January, I think. It was.
I mean, assuming nobody else makes off with this gear and
I
shit.
mean, we could do it January 19th with Matt and Yana. If we don't have anything else to do, we could do it.
Just let me know which date to make note of possible part 2 of Armor Quest.
So January the 9th will be...
No, we're not doing it then.
No. Let me finish. Alex and Yana getting rid of the talking to Janice and removing the wall around our zones.
If you think I can convince Yana, sure. Yeah.
That is your mission.
I know.
Hey, Pete, I'm putting 3 desert survival kits. Can you read off what was in those again?
Yeah, these actually from.
Actually, why don't you just copy paste it, Pete?
Yeah,
because they're, unless you can get the equivalent in Guri, you can't get this stuff. Because it was from Red Carpet, I bought it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 1 desert survival kit with all that shit.
Well, if Pete wants to part with it. It's his.
It does have
leaving this on the ship,
value.
Pete?
Nah, not that stuff. Because it is not replaceable.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did you put down the Radaways?
Freddy and Chris.
Yes, I did. I have 8 Radaway doses.
Beautiful. Good. And you got the free
You had
bags.
7 and I had 1.
Yeah, yep. And you got the free bags.
Yep, 3 rad protection bags. I'll read off what I got when I'm done.
All right.
Freddie, what date were you looking at?
So, well, there's a few. There's January 19th, potentially, with me, Matt, and Yana.
Perfect.
Potentially, I don't know.
Why don't you know?
Because I don't know what we might be doing with it.
Neither of them give a shit. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Matt and Yana you with.
Dude, why would you even? You should know by now that there's certain people that care.
It's being Matt and Yana. It's even a better time to get them to go and talk to their daughter.
Yeah, exactly. They might do something else on that day.
True, but I just wrote possible part 2 of the Armor Quest just so
another possible would be then January 30th. Chris, Yana, and me.
Chris will deck you in the head if you make him do this, I'm betting. I'll make a note of it.
But then you vehicle.
Yeah, Chris will also fly.
Oh yeah, Chris can fly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Okay. Can I read off what I got here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go
4
for it.
vats of anti-rad gel. 3 radiation suits. 1 Geiger counter. 25 Guri grenades. 8 doses of Radaway. 3 protection bags. Rad protection bags.
Mm-hmm.
Am I forgetting anything?
No, not off the top of my head.
And did we buy the car, or are we skipping that for now?
No, skipping that.
Okay.
We've got no
Because we have nowhere to put it.
I mean, the rest of the stuff was was like your personal stuff, my personal stuff, Freddie's personal stuff. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just suck up our paws then. And do you have any other details to take care of?
Well, since we have a few more minutes, Pete. Well, okay. Do you want to take care of that thing in the village real quick that we were discussing?
Yep.
Okay. Into our village suits.
Yep.
Young man. Da 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 da. Say young man.
Also, I have a more creative idea somewhere called. If anyone has ideas what to use that for.
Nothing is immediately springing to mind at this hour.
No, not really super creative right now.
You know what? Let's put in one more right away. I'll use the call on that.
Okay.
Sure.
9 right away dose.
I had thought of something, but yeah.
Oh, what was it?
No, that's good. It's silly.
Okay.
9 is good because that's 3 times for 3 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Logan is doing his best not to lose his shit and start laughing all over the place.
Well, it's essentially you guys have gotten some of the scouting done, is how I'm looking at it, because it's
right, map and compass, map of the area and compass.
Yeah.
In the ship.
Yeah, and we'll mark on the map the location we saw the bodies.
Lovely.
All right, I'm going to call this the Deathclaw Desert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good, Logan?
Yes. Be sure to make a note that it's marked where some of the mercenary bodies were. You can put that on the map key and stuff. Some mercenary bodies here because you can tell they're much fresher. Although I still think it'd been funnier if the interior of the ship still had Freddy's fucking blood spray everywhere just to confuse the shit out of them when they came in with the severed hand. It's like, what the fuck is... Because those kind of mysteries for the other players to find is like, what's happening? And then angry post on the boards. Who bled all over my ship and left their hand if we find out it's Freddy's hand?
What tech level was the compass?
It's pretty low tech. It's a very basic. It's a Cracker Jack compass, like you get out of a box of Cracker Jacks type tech level.
Yeah.
How much
simple magnetic compass.
Yeah, I was gonna say worst comes to worst, we just buy one in Guri that will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
I think the party is really hurting for money, but on the good note, there's a large bounty per death claw. So 6 times 15 is many. It's like 80 gold that was chasing your ship right there.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna figure out how to kill these efforts.
The thing that you guys have brought up before about traps and explosives and stuff. That's if you've got those skills, because this many seasons in, like if it was the first season, people were like, I just don't have those skills. I understand. You're in season 6 now. So if you don't have those skills, it's your own damn fault by now. So.
Well, I have the demolitions kind of. But
I've still got what I took in demolitions. It just hasn't come up that much.
Yeah, that's a good skill to skill whore because you failed to blow your hand off by skill whoring, which is nice. Unlike in real life with,
Okay,
right, so
Pete, this isn't going to turn into an enormous clusterfuck that takes 5 hours, right?
No.
This business at the village?
No.
No, we're setting up a drop with trump cards so that if people get into a situation where they're possessing somebody and they need to leave Sherma, there's some trump cards in the village to enable them to get out of there, basically.
Okay.
Wait, if they're in Shermer with no bodies, then they... What?
Then they shadow walk to the village because the village is a pocket zone.
That's a good idea. So
Which is why we shadow walk to the village all the time when we're in that situation, because it's a pocket zone and then it's easier to work out what to do.
I mean, alternatively, we just put some trumps in Sherma in storage.
That seemed like it'd be a lot extra steps or a lot less steps.
Didn't we dead drop stuff behind a brick with Matt?
I think somebody already took that out and ran off with it.
They took the tapes, not the money.
All right. So this is the reason why leaving him in Sherma may cause issues. You are in the possession of 3 cops' bodies.
Yeah.
You activate the trump to wherever.
Yeah.
You step through. The cops come to standing there holding a trump card.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, by the way, guys, I came up with the perfect cover for Clem's Barbershop in St. Louis.
What's that?
Dress everybody in Cubs fan gear and say that we were having a party. We were going to the Cardinals Stadium to watch the Cubs play the Cardinals, which is a big rivalry.
Okay.
That could work.
Don't like that, Logan?
I'm not sure why it's needed. I am confused by that part.
We were trying to get a couple people out via Clem's, and that was going to leave them. At one point, we were trying to get a couple people out via Clem's and keep one character in Shermer to explain to them what had happened.
Sounds like weak sauce to me, but go for it next time you need to. Actually, the way that they're talking about now, where pretty much you're going to end up like if you're in different bodies and you all get in a car and then drive, then the air people will be still in their car going, what in the fuck is going on? Possibly skidding off the road or wherever. But then you guys drive on to the village and retrieve trump cards. Yeah, that makes good sense, actually.
That sounds good.
So the only ones we have in the embassy storage right now are the detective, or near the detective agency, and the
So I'm thinking the Grand Central Station one.
Yeah, Grand Central Station, yeah.
Or the Chicago Union Station, because then you get on a train to St. Louis.
Yeah, that's fine. And you're going to leave some money in there as well.
Yeah, and we're going to leave some money for the train.
I can also make some more.
To get to Clem's or get on to purchase train tickets or whatever.
Do you want me to put some more trumps? I can paint some more during skill rolling and put them in there.
So the main issue we will have is people returning the trumps once they've used them.
So put a trump on the village.
Every time somebody uses them and gets out of the village, they need to be able to get back to the village to return them.
So we need trumps of the village in there.
Yes.
Okay, I can do that. I'll do that for my skill rolling.
Yeah.
And put them in there.
Yeah. But the trumps for the village don't need to be in with the trumps that are buried or stashed at the village.
Where do you want to put them then?
Well, they could be at the embassy or wherever. It's just a matter of people just need to be able to.
I'll add them to the embassy storage then.
Yeah, just that people just need to be able to get access to them once they've been able to get to where their trump cards are.
No worries.
I'm imagining
use personal trumps.
I'm imagining the setup and what actually happens. Shows you guys looking. Trumps are all gone from the village. You're like,
Yeah, I'm imagining that as well, but we can only try.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, eventually, if Freddie ever gets the ability to make like a painting thing or whatever, and you were to make that, that's a way to make something that he can't steal.
I can make that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then it's a thing of. Actually, I know exactly where you do it. You do it.
Where would I put it?
In the room where the pattern is.
Logan said we're not allowed to paint trumps in there.
Not in that room. Yeah. You can put it in the control room, but what you really need is a place nobody goes to. There are those in the village, but I don't know if you've discovered them or anything.
Yeah, we used a cave out by the last time we had a trump of a cave. We went to a cave outside
Yeah,
by
that's the one I have. Yeah. I have one of the cave, yeah.
Well, there's things like the lighthouse and stuff like that.
Yeah, I gave Doc the one of the lighthouse. But yeah.
Yeah, if you want
All
to
right,
use.
well, I gotta go. So
Okay.
why don't we do
Yeah,
end
no
the
worries.
mission and you guys figure this out
Do you want to do
after,
end the mission call play real
after
quick?
I'm done.
Well, if we're ending the session and stuff, I'm gonna end the recording. So tell me really,
Yeah. We'll
if you're just distribute the stuff. If you're wanting to do any special roles for the cave painting or whatever, then
No.
No.
So
Okay.
what I want to do, like, there's a couple of, depending on, there's one thing I want to do first to see if it works or not. If it works, beautiful. If not, then there's things like the cave painting. Basically, I want to talk to the butler and say about if he will hold an envelope and pass it on to someone that gives him a passphrase. And that person will then return the envelope later.
He kind of goes.
Okay.
What's the passphrase?
No, I'm just saying whether or not he wants to, if he's willing to do it first.
He just wobbled his hand back and forth. That was pretty much his answer.
Yeah, all right. That would have been the easiest thing, as opposed to burying it out in the park or wherever, or in the cave.
Yeah, you're not even sure if people go into the caves or not. So that will be for another time. You can go ahead and crank out some trump cards, but another time during gaming time, you can actually go out there and look around or do whatever at the village if you want. How's that?
All right.
Cool. All right. Real quick, does anybody have any for cards? Does anybody else have any other ideas aside for chickens for grenades or pot Jedi?
I like Wes's one, Desert Death Claws.
Snafu. Snafu is a very appropriate.
It's not bad. Or how about
situation normal, all fouled up.
How about Snafu Recon or Recon Snafu? Because you also did Recon in there, or just Snafu?
How about Sna-Fu Masters?
I don't want the other one.
I'll just go Snafu Masters. That's nice. Anybody else have any ideas?
Take a card.
Yeah, sure.
Loot Envy.
Loot Envy? Oh, with loot.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Pete's good at the clever shit. Yeah. And Pete, grab a card. You got another one, Frey?
Russ, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I think Freddie.
Your thing's bugged out. Reload your Roll20.
I can hear Russ.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I can't hear him. I'll reload then. Hold on. Be right back.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, weird. All right.
You asked Freddie. Okay, Freddie's resetting because I don't have any more.
Yep. I did ask Freddie, but then he started trying to get so he could hear you, and then he disappeared.
Yeah, better be.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can't see Pete though.
I've just got with Freddie. I've just got his image. I can't even see him.
Yes, I can hear you.
I can totally see those guys. Okay, well.
This is what happened with Roll20 last time we tried to use the video. Somebody couldn't hear anybody. Somebody's video blanked out. It was fun.
Freddie, do you have any other ideas for titles?
No, I think that's fine, really.
Okay, so here are your guys' choices. Please pick one. Chickens for Grenade, Desert Death Claws, Loot Envy, Pot Jedi, Snafu Masters.
Chickens for grenades. I
Ready,
still like that
Pete?
one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Desert Death Claws for me. Pete, you're the tiebreaker.
Chickens or Death Claws, Pete?
As I said, I cannot see nor hear Freddie, so.
Yeah, chicken. You're into chickens or Death Claws?
Oh, okay. Freddie said, does he want a desert death clause, and you're the deciding vote between chickens or death clause.
I'm gonna be
the desert death clause doesn't really. It's just
chickens then. All right, done. All right. And rather than asking people what they want to say, since Freddie's having technical problems, you guys just wave and we'll sign off.
Ta-ta.